Hi, Valerie.
Hello.
We have Valerie, our month of March patient in here today. Valerie, thank you for really coming in, taking time for our first episode of Behind the Sleeve. So, Valerie, you are featured in the Enlow's bariatric calendar for the month of March. So thank you for doing that. So we wanted to ask you some questions to kind of get to know you a little bit better, a little bit more about your journey. How long did you struggle with being overweight?
I was overweight all my life. Starting as a little kid, I was always big. I liked to eat a lot. So it was something I struggled always, growing up, going to school, elementary school, high school. So it was my whole life until about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was always the big kid in class, but it never. I think I was lucky to where it wasn't something where I was ever bullied or picked on over my weight. So I have that to be thankful for. I knew that I couldn't do a lot of the same stuff other people could physically wise, and so that might have hindered me a little bit from going out and maybe trying out for more sports or doing stuff. But overall, I think I had a good childhood, even though I was overweight. But yeah, I did struggle with being overweight all my life.
Yeah. So when did you finally make the decision to use bariatric surgery kind of as a tactic for your weight loss?
A few years ago, actually, I knew a lot of family friends who had weight loss surgery, and my mom actually came to me with the idea of having weight loss surgery, and I was very negative at first. I said no, I don't want to do this. I will lose it on my own, and so but it kind of just stuck with me, that idea, and I struggled losing weight. I would lose weight, and then I would gain half of it back, and then I'd go back again, half of it back, and one day I just sat down on my computer and I just started researching weight loss surgery and what kinds were out there, and what would be best for me, and was this really something that I wanted to do, and how would this affect my future. And I actually came in here wanting to do the lap band procedure because I thought, it's temporary, and I didn't want to commit all the way to something very permanent. And I left here and I came to the seminar here at North Valley Surgical Associates, and I left here and I was like, okay, this is not what I thought that I wanted, so let's go back and to the drawing board and figure out. And I learned about the sleeve, which I hadn't learned about, or I didn't really know about, and I figured it was the tool for me, because my problem always has been my portions. I used to eat, it wasn't the fact that I would maybe eat unhealthy or a lot of junk food, but it was the fact that I would eat high volumes. And so I thought, okay, this is perfect for me, because I can still eat the same type of foods that I like, just in smaller portions. So it was a big step forward, because I was in my early 20s, and it would affect my life. How would it affect later on if I wanted to have kids and stuff? So I thought about all these factors that might be affected, but in the end, my health, we have high blood pressure and diabetes and heart disease in my family, and in high school I already started with high blood pressure, so I used to keep it good or at bay by working out a little bit. But I didn't want that to run my life, and so I knew I had to do something for the weight. And once I did my research on the weight loss surgery, I was like, okay, I can do this. This might work for me, and it did. So
yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What were some of the other diets that you had tried prior?
So many fad diets, things I had seen online or on TV, just doing low calorie stuff, but then you do the low calorie and you're hungry always, and it was just a back and forth, but I loved working out, so that was always my little thing, I would always try to do a type of class or like gym membership to keep me in shape, but it was always hard because I had all this weight on me. So yeah, I did a bunch of stuff. It just never, I would always revert back. Yeah.
Now, how long out are you since you had your surgery?
I will be, it was 3 years in November, so a little bit over 3 years.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Great job.
Thank you.
Now, what has been some of the biggest benefits you've noticed after your surgery? How you feel, activities, what?
Just, I guess, energy, for the biggest part is energy. I don't have that, you're always a little bit self-conscious when you're overweight, and my confidence has gone up. With that, I'm not afraid to try new things, especially workout wise, where I know if, maybe today I didn't get where I wanted to be, in a few weeks I'll be, or hopefully will be closer to where I want to be. So yeah, it's helped me, I think, all around.
So definitely with more energy.
Yes,
and
more energy.
And confidence, you kind of mentioned
confidence,
that.
yeah. Weight is something that I feel, for me, it affected my confidence. And I don't know, I don't know if it's because you're just able to do more stuff and you feel really good, so then in turn your confidence is boosted. So I think it's just all related. For me, it's all related in a way.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you've been 3 years out. What have been some of the struggles you faced?
I guess the struggles that I've always faced. You have your honeymoon period, and that's the best time, you know. And then you get 1 year out, 2 year out, and maybe you can eat a little bit more, or maybe today I can have this, and you don't have those very strict limitations so much that you need to follow or that you had to in the beginning. And so a lot of the struggles for me have been just old habits that I might have had that maybe tried to creep back in, which I still struggle with. One of my biggest things is after I get home, after my long day of being out of the house, I get home and I'll have dinner, and if I stay up, I'm going to school right now, so I'll stay up and doing homework and studying, and if I want to snack something, I have like a bag of chips, or I can have some peanuts, you know? And so you have to make those decisions on what you're going to do. Yeah, I've had those struggles. They always creep back. I think that I will always have a certain type of struggle, but for me to be able to realize that and to know that, okay, I have this struggle, I just have to move past it every time, that has helped me. I've been in a lot of funks, I guess you could say, in the last 3 years, but recently I've just told myself that you need to realize that you will have struggles. When you realize that, just try to move past it as best that you can without letting it completely just ruin everything, all the hard work that you've done. So, but every day is a struggle. For me, I look at it maybe in a positive way. It's making me stronger. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
has there been like a specific program tool or tools that really you've held on to for since the program, kind of that reconditioned almost?
Yeah, I've the program itself, I've known people who have done weight loss surgery at other places and didn't get the attention that I feel like they needed to. It's a religion to me of like how I meal prep all my food, and I sit down once a week and I write down what I'm gonna eat, and then I'll prep it the next day and have my food ready for the week.
Wow,
and
great.
I learned that my first year meal prepping the foods that we could eat, our different stages that we had. I got foundation for that there. The knowledge that I got through this program has helped me. I know it has helped me because I've known people who haven't had that same knowledge given to them, and they've struggled a little bit more. So yeah, I got a lot of my base foundation and learning and knowledge from that beginning stages or years
of the program.
Yeah,
So
the
it sounds
program.
like one takeaway that I'm getting from this was, at the beginning of the week, write down your menu for the week, your meals,
Yeah.
and then you spend like that one day prepping everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so it's, and it used to take me a long time in the beginning, a few hours, maybe 4 hours. But now it takes me about 2 hours or so for me to meal prep all the stuff that I need, depending on how elaborate I want my meals to be. But the rest of the week, I don't have to worry about it. It's that I have it made already, and it's there, and I don't have to be like, oh, maybe I'll stop somewhere and get something to eat. It's at home, it's ready for me.
Yeah.
So, and I have a pretty busy schedule, so meal prepping has saved. It's really helped me.
Kind of during some critical times.
Yeah,
you have
during critical
food
time.
available versus going hunting for it
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because when you're hungry, and stuff is really quickly available to you, you might go to something that's maybe not as good for you as.
Wow, that's
something else.
fantastic. That's really good stuff. So you're also a mentor.
Yes.
From the program. So tell us a little bit about being a mentor and how it helps other patients to have a mentor and how it's helped you being a mentor.
I've been a mentor for only a few months, but it's helped me a lot because it's really taken me back to maybe some things I had forgotten, I guess you would say, 3 years out. I know it might not be a lot, but for me or certain other people that I've met, they're usually more recently out, and for me it was really nice to like backtrack a little bit and to be like, oh, that's right. And I've learned a lot, like being a mentor, and I think having a mentor is very beneficial because people who I've mentored, they have questions that maybe I didn't have in the beginning, and so it's really nice to have that. Like, oh, I never thought about that, but I'm happy you asked because this is how it happened for me, and you can give them that feedback because, I mean, we're all like, I feel lost in the beginning. We don't, you don't know if you're sick, like what kind of medicine can you take, and, I'm going to this place, what can I eat, and, it's really hard in the beginning. You're trying to live a very normal lifestyle, and you're a new person. So, and sometimes you need someone to talk to, and I think that's the biggest benefit of all, is to have someone that you can talk to and relate to, and who will be there for you.
Yeah.
So,
if you were to say, there's some folks out there who maybe hit a plateau, and what's one thing that you would just say to encourage folks? I'm sure you've gone through that yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So what has helped you?
To not give up. I've heard the saying, slow progress is progress, and you gotta keep going. You might think like, oh, I'm never gonna get past this, but you don't know until you keep going, and usually you'll get past it. So sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board, reevaluate what you're doing, but don't ever give up, because in the end it'll be worth the bad times will be worth all the goodness that you're gonna get in the end. So you just gotta keep going.
That's great. Valerie, thank you so much
You're welcome.
for helping and coming in and sharing your story with us. And
thank you for having me.
yeah, I just, our whole point of this was to help folks, get behind the sleeve.
Yes.
To find out, the story of the journeys that we all go through.
Yes.
So, all right, thank you very much.
I look forward to more of these.
Yeah.
I want to see everyone's story.
Right. Okay. Well, goodbye, everybody. Thank you.